Alright, here we go. What a cool lookout little corner. Woo! Good stuff. I know I'm getting down this. Hold on to it. Really, this is a sequin spot. So hidden. Anyway, it's pretty sick. You could jump off that. That looks alright actually. Probably prefer to jump off this than jump off that corner. How dope is that, people? Come on. I bet some people are going to be dirty about this video. Majestic mountain over here, this range. Going to our pretty much the last waterfall for this trip. I've only had to skip like 3 of them due to being dry, so pretty happy. Could have tried to just do them anyway, but it's alright. We've got 1 day left tomorrow and a couple of hours today, so this one's supposed to be pretty good as well. They say it's great for swimming, jumping, and it's probably going to be some people here because of that. And it's probably flowing well, so they say parking's a bit crappy, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, we'll be there in a few minutes. Beautiful little forest drive, and it is 2 o'clock, so I got 4 hours, more than enough time to knock out. This is about 3.5 k's return, and yeah, hopefully not too many people. It is a Tuesday, so you never know. And yeah, I'll see you up here. Alright, so we got 2 options. We got 3 options actually. We either sorry, just looking at the GPS. We sneak past the gate and give it a crack and hope no one's in there. I just saw a parks ranger drive out. It's 2 o'clock. He might have knocked off for the day. But there's a massive sign saying, you know, trespassers, criminal offence, rah, and they're clearly not happy with people going in there compared to the other walks that have closed. They said they're rerouting the walks. They're probably in there doing construction at the moment, and I was lucky today to go into a track where they're doing construction and they didn't care, but this looked a bit more like, don't friggin' come in here. Me being me, you know, I'd probably just do it, but to do it safer, there's holes in the fence, it's easy to jump through, you can easily get around. People have like defied it clearly, but the better way to do it would be like super early morning on a Sunday where you high chances of them not coming to work. But I don't have that time frame to be here till Sunday. So either I just balls it up and just do it, or I leave it to a future trip where I come back and I do it and they've rerouted the track and it's like a legal way to do it and yada, yada, yada. Or option C, people, is what I'm gonna try now. And option C is, it's annoying because it's 9 kilometers return versus 3 kilometers return, so it's 3 times as long of a trail, but there's a back trail you can get in there. It goes along this ridge line from up on the lookout on the Pali road, and it goes along this, hopefully it's not overgrown because it's going to be a bastard, but someone's recorded a guide track and walked the whole way, so hopefully it's still good. And we also get a couple of viewpoints on the way, so that's a bonus. And it'll pretty much lead you all the way to the waterfall from the top, from another way. At least then you can argue why I didn't come up the other track, I come this way if they're in there working. Murphy's Law will be, I'll walk this 9 k's, get there, no one's even there, and I could have just come the front way. But at least there's another option. The only reason why I'm gonna do it this way is because there is you know, a more legal way. There's no, as far as I know, the other trail's not closed. It might have a sign up there, but that's different. They're not going to expect you to come that way. This is the way they expect you to come. So anyway, if there was no other way, I'll just balls it up and maybe just do this way. But because we have a better option, let's just use the better option. Unfortunately, it's longer. But whatever, we get some viewpoints out of it, and I was half considering doing these viewpoints anyway. So yeah, end of story. We're gonna drive around now. We're gonna fucking do a big circle to get back to where I need to get to. But it'll take 15 minutes, and then we're gonna have about, someone's timed it at 3 hours return walk, so that's not bad. I got 4 hours of daylight, well, 3.5. So I'll be pushing it. just hope it's not too overgrown and easy to follow. That's my problem. If it's too many shit up there, it's going to be a nightmare trying to bash my way back. But let's be optimistic that it's going to work well. And yeah, happy days. At least no one's going to be there, because the chances of no one sneaking through that fence it's pretty high. So, I mean, in terms of like people. All right. So yeah, I didn't film the gate, but let's just say it was pretty intimidating. And if I didn't see the ranger literally leaving, I would have been like, huh, like I wouldn't expect them to be up there at all. But guess what? They were. But like I say, this is the better way to do it. So let's just give this a crack. Righto. All right, here we go. Take 2, Maunawili Falls down the Maunawili Trail. Now you can park at this viewpoint on the side of the Pali Highway, and this will take us the back way past about 3 or 4 lookouts. This is already super rugged. What the hell? So this is, oh, I'm getting trapped in vines. I can't even start the trail, people. Oh, that's stabbing me. Jesus Christ. Oh, trying to hold a phone and a GoPro and a log on a steep as crap hill. Oh my God. Look at the garbage dump here too. It's a great introduction to the trail. Now, what I was trying to say was, up the top there, it says 2-hour parking only, when this trail's going to take me at least 3 hours. So, what the hell? I don't think they're really going to enforce that, but that's just ridiculous. Okay, we're almost walking sideways here, like, come on. Alright, I think it's better. I'm supposed to go up or down here, like it's already not even discernible. Try. I think it's going to be down. Yeah. Just a little track there. It's going to be a fun project for a late afternoon with limited daylight, people. I love getting stressed on the hike. If I hadn't known, I would have done this earlier, but I didn't know. I didn't realise it was closed in the regard of you can't do it in that way. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Always does. Got a little stream here trickling in. Could be the headwaters of where we're going. Nah, it's not. Something else. I don't know what it is. There's a pipeline there too. I think we're going down. So we're basically staying on the same elevation for most of the hikes, so it's not too bad. We climbed the range. And look at this. It already doesn't make sense where we're even going. Down there, it doesn't look like the trail to me. Fun times, people, fun times. Look, this track here, unless it crosses here somewhere. Maybe that's it. Maybe. It's very hard to understand what's going on here. Alright, well, let's hope I don't get lost too much. A weird water tower there. Because I'm barely on a track. If I could just find the actual, like a ribbon or something, they have a little sign telling you how to start the track, but that's it. Let me figure it out. When you first see that little sign, follow the highway to the guardrail, then you're on this track. Surely that was just a shit fight through there. They didn't make it so stupid. All right, now we've got a good track. Good start, people. Bicycles yield to people. How the hell can you ride a bicycle in here? Look, the steps. I just Googled the Maunawili track closure, by the way. Apparently it was closed in 2021 for 2 years due to overuse and cultural reasons, and they wanted to restore the track. But it's 2025, so they can't count. Maunawili Trail and a little on the trail out. Explosive hazard, do not touch. From back there, I thought it was a black cat. That's weird. I was like, explosive cats. The bridge. I'm going to move pretty quickly on this track while I can. And there's a high chance the last connection detour well, not detour, but there's a deviation, and there's track one goes to the waterfall, one goes just like along the ridge. Probably, generally people would do this and just do the ridge track. So we'll see how I've got the last bit. All right, took me 6 hours, but I'm here. I'm just joking, this is not it. I don't know what that is. I just passed a group of 4 people coming back. Didn't ask them how far they went, but maybe they went to the falls, maybe they didn't. And they just went for a walk. We're just missing a step. Parks, what are you doing? Closing the Maunawili walk and don't even fix your trail up on the hill. They just get like a little bit like bitter. Oh, it's getting overused. Oh, the neighborhood's getting too many cars. Oh, how dare people enjoy hiking and do things? Yeah, some places get a lot of people, but what do you want them to do? Break in your house? Let them go there. Like, better they do that than sit inside and scroll their phones. Anyway, you know how you can fix this? Build more trails to more cool places, so there's more options instead of having just one good short waterfall like this one. Yeah, use bridge, no steps. Should be maintaining this. Well, look at this view. Wait, what's this barrel? That's a water tank that's rotting away. Public water system. Never seen like anything like that before. Cool. That's a good indicator of our views to come. Should be sick. Now I do like trails with viewpoints, and this track, I saw the viewpoints and thought, oh yeah, that's cool, but it won't be for this trip because I won't really have the time to prioritise it. So I've got a lot of other things to do. But if I ran out of trails, yes, I would have done this. And guess what? Now I'm doing it because I want to get to the waterfall. It's getting done by default. So yeah, this is going to be our ridge line for a while. It's only the final bit to the waterfall that we will go down, obviously, because we're going to get into the creek. So it shouldn't be over exhausting. Let's file down a little bit here, the track, narrow it, I mean. I noticed someone's Gaia track, the track that goes to the top of the waterfall, or the bottom of the waterfall, mind you. From this way, the GPX goes a little bit off the marked dotted track. That could just be a mistake, or maybe it's just hard to follow the original trail. Now, what's this junction here? It's just a lookout point, I think, right here. I think it is. Let's have a look at the lookout. Maybe they just walked here and walked back. Where are we? I don't know if this is even marked on here as anything. I want map to catch up. Yeah, it's not even really marked as anything. Well, it goes down. I don't know where this goes. It's pretty sick, but it's the Maunawili Valley pretty much. The end destination is the one all the way around into there, so let's have a quick look down here since we're here. Definitely wasn't on the map. Yeah, a cool little spot. It's a jungly. Oh, jungle, jungle, jungle. I don't think it's going to be better by going down here. I think it's much the same as what we just had there. Yeah. Real scrabbly. Maybe someone's cut up their own way down to the road or something. I don't know. Could be someone who lives down in the suburbs and didn't want to drive all around the Pali highway to get here. And cut their own little hidden track. Anyway, we're going to have similar viewpoints and much more of them, so let's keep going. Before I looked at this way as an option to get to the falls, I was looking at the gate and thinking, oh, you know, can I creek hop somehow, staying below the road that they might be driving on? That way you can kind of get there, but you look pretty jungly and not an easy job. And yeah, basically I looked at like another street further over. It's like, could I cut from there? But it looked like it wasn't really a way, it just looked like houses. So this is the next best bet. Here we go. What a cool lookout little corner. Pretty much the same as what we had. I mean, the views are gonna be all very similar because we're following the same escarpment, the same side the whole way. So Look at this, we almost walk into a little vortex shaded canopy in here. It's a big rock there, little gully we went through. Another gully here is dry. So it's better not be closed all the way when I get to the connection track to the waterfall, saying it's closed from this end, because I'll be like not listening to that one. At least this way they can't drive this way, like they can't, like the other track follows the roads, they can drive, they can basically drive in and corner, or you have to, yeah, you're going past them. But this way the walking track will just cut down into the creek, so I don't think I have an issue anyway. I don't think they've got to try and close this way anyway. Alright, so you're walking through here, not much views at this point, but the views will resurface. Like this, like I said, many viewpoints marked on the map. There you go. Little suburb of Maunawili, most likely. There's a different angle of the mountain and the ocean. Bit of a breeze, which is nice. You get to a little intersection here. This is the only real detour for a lookout I'm going to do. It's about 100 metres, it's a little bit further than just right on the track. To the left, to the right, this goes up a ridge line, a very steep one, all the way up to a mountain called Konahunai. There's like several peaks up there, 1 and 2. And it's called the Pali Lookout trail. You can loop back down to the highway in a massive circle that way if you wanted to. That's not today's agenda. Don't know if you get views guaranteed anyway. It just says there's a peak of fitness. I'm sure you'll love it or hate it. Let's check this viewpoint out. I was going to do it on the way back, but I was like, it's probably going to be most likely almost dark by then. So if I want to see it, I need to be able to do this now. It's only just a little hill just here. Hopefully a different viewpoint from what we just had. I guess it is from the ocean we saw. More of the valley here to the right. Climbing up just a little bit. Someone's got another steep, almost, I don't know if that goes all the way down. Cut track down. Probably similar joint to those suburbs. Not bad. Well, you get a different angle of that. That's cool. We couldn't see that before. The Jurassic Park, Kaluba Ranch Mountain, and all the bay there. A little bit cloudy, which sucks. So yeah, if I was doing this trail specifically for the views, I would have done it on a super clear day. Again, if it worked with my schedule, but it wasn't going to be today. Anyway, the track goes down just a tiny bit further and ends. I don't know why when this is the highest point, but we're going to have a quick look and boot on it. Or we're going to go all the way around, people, to get to probably much where we are looking at for the waterfall. Talk about frustrating. And we could have just gone like, boosk. Right, we went way beyond the end of the dotted line, and the trail just keeps going. So again, someone might just cut their way down the spur all the way to the street, to the suburb. We're not going to deal with this. There's no point. Let's battle on, people. We'll do a little bit of jogging just so I don't run out of daylight. I don't know how long, you know, how much time I'm going to need at the waterfall itself to navigate it, if there's multiple levels. I don't think there is, but I just don't know what I'm in for down there. So, more time the better. Alright, so here is marked as viewpoint number 3. Again, views are similar, still pretty cool. To point out the name of that mountain, since we're staring at it quite a lot, that is the 3 Peaks. Now, that's a pretty infamous, popular hike actually. That's cool. Again, wasn't on the list to do, but 2 people have recommended doing it, but still don't have the time, people, so that'll be next time. One more viewpoint marked before we get to our falls, and I did look at something. So the other track that continues on around the ridge, there's if we detour up that just to the first viewpoint, there's a viewpoint overlooking the Maunawili Valley, and it's right next to the top of the stream. So you'd be dropping in like it's, you know, maybe a smaller waterfall, but it's not on top of the actual falls. It's much further back upstream, but it still could be cool because it's next to the stream. So look, I won't do it first, but if we have time afterwards and it's daylight, we might do it. It's 800 meters extra return, but for that it could be like a waterfall lookout. So I'm intrigued. Hopefully I remember to do it as well. we'll see how we go. Making all right time so far. I mean, this person's tracked, you know, 9Ks return at 3 hours 30 or something. But again, I move much faster, so you know, I can do 12Ks in 3 hours easily, if not more. Anyway, see how it all works out. Probably still have time to even go to the beach if I'm real lucky. Even though it's a bit cloudy now, but one step at a time, gotta knock this out. It's supposed to be like one of the best waterfalls, so it's a shame if I didn't get it done. So, besides the Sacred Falls, which is again another mission to get into. So, muddy and washed away here. I can imagine the wet season would be pretty worse. Okay, now we're really winding into the valley. So yeah, so far this track is good. No complaints, no trees down, nothing to get lost with really. I just don't know how the descent into the creek is. But if young people for like the last, you know, few years, if they're cotton on that you could go this way, the track might be actually okay. You might get some traffic. Guess we'll find out. What's with the ribbon? Ooh, horses down there. Okay, so I just passed like 5 Spanish people and they said they went to the waterfall, so there you go. They said the track's alright. So yes, people have cotton on going this way. He said it's about 30 more minutes walk and he said there's not many people there. We shall see. And one of the guys also confirmed, he said the view is amazing. So it probably is going to be exceptionally good flow with a good pool, with a good sized drop. Although the photo I've seen doesn't look that big, but it's probably a misconception of what the real place is. It might be a lower level or something I don't know. Find out. We've got a little dry, or muddy gully I should say. So we wind around. This branch is going to be a problem. Yeah, I'm glad I sussed this way out and didn't just abandon the whole idea. It should be good. If I'm lucky, people might be leaving as well from down there. It is getting late. Hard to believe we just skirted around all that wall. That's wild. I wonder if this is the next viewpoint. It probably is. Let's have a look at the map. Alright, so we're nearly at our junction. The junction goes down to the falls and the tractor goes up. That will give us that viewpoint we're going to try and do after. See how we go. This is it. The junction, that'll go up. This goes down to the falls. Wouldn't say it's closed. Good stuff. I think just the neighbourhood got the shit with so many people parking in their street and making noise and whatever. But now you've got to walk further and come from that highway which clogs that up too. This coal phone. Like if you had to cut that, it's above your head if you were trying to walk through it. That's wild. It must wind back at itself because I just heard voices down there somewhere from someone coming out. The breeze. So yeah, we had to scale all that, come around. Imagine they built a bridge. Never gonna happen. So we still got to zigzag in. It's gonna be on that corner there, obviously somewhere. And the track that goes up, that's gonna be fierce. Obviously doesn't go all the way up, but I don't know, we'll find out. Very scratchy coral path all the way down. The legs are loving it. We're starting to descend a little bit here, these tree roots and steps. It was only a pretty gradual descent all the way, so that wasn't bad. This will be the final little push along the ridge again. There's a very wide track down there. I don't know what the deal with that is, but this ridge track still goes this way. It's not on the map, I don't think. A little junction here, I don't know what the left track is, but I think right's what we're going to take. We're almost there, about 200 metres. Maybe this is wrong actually. It might work. Maybe it's a shortcut. I don't know. Let's go on this one then. Looks less steep. We'll have to go down at some point, but it sounds pretty loud. Either that or it's wind. Probably both. I think that was the shortcut. We're just zigzagging around. We'll go back up that way if we find it. There's another one this way. Let's try this. This looks more like logical to wind in, because eventually that'll join to the real trail that takes it back to the gate where you normally would go in, because you can do this massive circuit. Obviously you'd have to walk the highway or get picked up, but I mean, yeah, it says I'm going the wrong way now, but this seems to be going down. There might be a few variations to get down here. Interesting. Let's try this. As soon as we get there, that's all that matters to water standing, obviously. Guard off a motorbike, someone took motocross in here. Good for them. It was so loud, it's next to me. It's an interesting sound. Great, there's the water sound. Very muddy here, this might be from pigs or something. We're going to go left to go upstream to the falls anyway, so. Sorry, right. Oh no, it hits there, that corner. This might have been a good line actually. I don't know what that top track is. Short little creek up to the end. The track will probably, there you go. The track just goes around. Just a variation. Tributary dropping in, there's a little path there, but there's the main creek, there's people coming, so. Cool. Alright, so just met two girls, they said they were the last ones here, so I'm gonna have it to myself. That's pretty sick. Asked them about Sacred Falls, trying to get some info, because you know, they don't know, they haven't done it. Asked them how they got into here, they said they went through someone's yard and around a fence some other sneaky way, so they still went the driveway, so there's still a way, people know. But anyway, we went the long way and we got views, so whatever. So clearly if I lived here and I want to come regularly. But I said, hey, I saw a guy driving out, so I was like, you're lucky. So yeah, this is it. This is sick. Look at the, yeah, right. There's only really one level then. That's still cool. Dope. A little track there, I guess you can get on top and jump in. Yeah, right. Grouse. There's actually a little trib draining on the side there. It's not bad, it's pretty cool. Pretty sure this is the photo I've seen, so really, really nice. I wonder if there's more, there's got to be more levels because it climbs up the hill. But wow, let's see why it's popular. It's a nice little swim hole. How good is it, people? How good is it? It only took me friggin' not even an hour to get here. After all that. What time is it? 4:04, so I reckon it took me an hour and a half, roughly. Maybe an hour 15, something like that. Woo! Good stuff. Alright, we'll get some photos, we'll get on top and see what we got on above. Alright people, well, I'm going to try and get on top. So yeah, my last waterfall, 24 for the trip, which is pretty damn good for like 12 days. Yeah, I did 30 in Bali and 4.5 a day were much shorter waterfalls. So I'm gonna go to the top, have a gaze. I'm gonna go back. There's a rope here if you need it. It's pretty slippery, I guess in the wet season you need it. We'll go back, we'll have a little look up that trib because I want to see how far that track goes, what someone may have found. I'm gonna get on top and go to that last viewpoint. We'll see. Oh, someone's just rocked up behind me. They were behind me, not in front of me, these people. So I know jumping or diving, that's exactly why people will come up here, come on. I can see why. That's a pretty gnarly jump. Jeez. I don't know if we have to go over that way to get around. We'll have to go wider. Let's try this. Really got lucky with the window before the people rocked up. Alright, that didn't go anywhere. Let's try this to try and get over. This root stairway. Well, at least it's better than the routes I climbed this morning on the other hikes. That was hectic, gnarly. Check that video out. Okay. Up we go. Very greasy rope for all the mud for people standing on it. We'll just have a man-made concrete little drain thing. That's bizarre. I don't know if this is going to push us through where we want to go, but we'll try. The road, it comes down, it goes goes to the access to this water pipe. That's what the deal is. I've ducked down into here. This must be the dry trib that's dripping off. We're gonna go over one more. Crazy. An old step there. That's made of flat rock that's been put there. Look at this water pipe. It's hardcore. These people are going to be freaked out when they realise I'm on top of them because they think they're alone right now. That is hilarious. It's not really much of a path for the top here, but I guess the people don't really go here. They just jump off the side. They had the rope up here. Let's keep going. Hopefully I'm getting down this. There's a really old path here. Look at these stones. That is wild. Maybe there was an old walking track that went further. Or they just made it for themselves for the pipeline. I don't know. If you know, comment. There's a lot of valves up here. Maybe to pressure out, I don't know. Surely there's a way back down. This must zigzag. A long way to walk back up the creek now. That's freaking annoying. Use there, but like, we're just going to shoot down this slide back to the river. It's pretty dark in here now because it's late. That's going to be fun trying to get back up that again. It's super slippery. Here we are on the creek level. If you ever wonder what was above, this is it. Let's go to the edge and see if we can hopefully look over the edge. That would be the plan, otherwise it's been half for nothing. Oh, look at that, it's like another trip dropping in. There's two of them that feed this. Yeah, right. That's cool. You wouldn't expect two streams up here. That is sick as. Alright, look at the edge. Oh, there's another level. Holy crap. The secret level, people. Right. You wouldn't expect that, people. Secret level. Look at that secret pool. We'll try and get down. Hopefully there's a rope. You really got to take care to get through there. You can just grab one good rock to hold on to. This is a secret spot. So hidden. They'll never know about it. If people come here all the time and have no clue. We can get down this, hopefully, alright. And we can get on the edge. I think it's going to work. Sick as, mate. How dope is that, people? Come on. I bet some people are going to be dirty about this video. This is why you always climb stuff. Boom. You wouldn't expect it at all. That is awesome. It's a little bit sketchy coming down there too, but just take your time. There's no rope. Just got to balls it up and go. How sick, people. Alright, let's go to the edge. Alright, here we are. Top of the main falls. The people must have left pretty fast because they're not even there anymore. So, that's crazy. Quicker than me to take the shots and they're out of here. Maybe catch them on the trail up, but maybe not, because I'm going to try and look at the trip. I doubt they're doing that. Anyway, pretty sick. You could jump off that. That looks alright, actually. Probably prefer to jump off this than jump off that corner. That's a wild height. But yeah, surprised I didn't really see this from there. I guess it's just hitting. Once you get right on the edge, maybe you notice it, which I didn't quite get on the edge. Anyway, let's get on back up and around. Yes, jumping would be faster, but fuck that. Not with the phone, it's going to get wet. A little trip jumping the worst too. Another day's mission, about a full day for sure. I'd just hang out here, but you know, it's what happens when you're a traveller. You've got things to do and schedules to try to get done. So I'm pretty happy overall. So let's get back up. Some chick would have walked down that hill with thongs, lost it halfway in the mud, and just like, what the fuck? Crazy. Or track runs west, or whatever that is, to south. I don't know what that is. If you've ever explored both the ends of these, comment. I'd like to know what's anything exciting, but I don't have time to do it today. Oh, there's a bridge over there. Wow, so you can probably walk a long way. Really curious to know where it goes to. I'm trying to research it tonight. I think that's the grate off the top of the drain. There's one missing up there. It's either washed down or someone's threw it down and then someone's used it as a mat. Or they had it down here as a mat. It looks different, but either way, I don't know. Okay, tributary and burning dime really fast. It all should work out. We're not going to go far up it. I don't think there's probably anything there, but just trying to find at least the first something if there is. If you go a couple of bends and there's nothing, then we'll abandon it. But the little path kind of signifies maybe someone's got a secret swim hole or something. This little trib is not really showing up here properly. It's a bit weird how the map is. Anyway, the track here funnels into the creek, or it actually funnels around a bit further. I don't know where it's going to go, and I can't really see any topographic lines for really a waterfall anyway. I mean, potentially way far up, but nah. So I'm not going to bother with it. It could be something cool, but I looked up the creek, there's nothing really obvious, unless that's a shortcut out, which I don't know. Could be. Let's have a little look. It looks like it goes uphill, we might entertain it. If it doesn't, then we'll go back. Someone may have cut like a, on this angle it could actually cut a shortcut, maybe, if it goes right. Yeah, look, it kind of goes up here, it does. It goes up there, a lot of footprints here. You can go that way, or up, this will be it, this will be a shortcut. Alright, let's give it a crack. Sinking and sliding like pig tracks. Anyway, we've got an hour of daylight, so I should be able to just hit that lookout before we run out of time. And happy days. There you go, so as you push up, there's that steep hill we saw, there's a little track there and there. That might join up, but it's scrabbly. We'll take the wider, slipperier one. That's scratchy. Hit the ridge track here. Oof, shorter and steeper, that's for sure. Look at this epic valley, so sick. A little cloudy up there, I'm not sure where our viewpoint's going to be, but hopefully it's not too blocked. There's that peak there, we're a bit screwed. So epic, eh? So big and green. I love it. Looks like the border ranges, New South Wales and Queensland, people. So, thoughts on that waterfall? Yeah, it was a good flow, really good pool. If you could walk the original way, it'd be a very easy walk along the road pretty much. In terms of being the best on the island, like people were bragging, look, it rates because if you went the easy way, it's an easy swim hole to get to and it's a good pool. Pretty sure it's a spring, so it flows all year. But it's not the biggest. And they brag about Manaus being so good, but it was kind of dryish. So I don't rate it. I really do rate Kalawa Gulch Upper Falls, the one I did when it was nearly dark. That was a good sized waterfall with a good flow, with a good pool. Not a massive pool, but a pretty nice, you can have a shower in it and whatever. But that hike's much longer and harder. So depends, hey, how you rate it. But aesthetically, Kalawa looks good. There is a couple that we missed because they were dry, so I can't really rate them because I didn't see them. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, they're all pretty good. Watch all the videos, make your own decision about this island because I've pretty much showcased nearly every waterfall here for you. So if you come in here and you want to do waterfalls, my channel's got what you want. So have a gaze. All right, let's cruise around. I wish someone would cut these ferns back a little bit better. Needs a whippersnapper, just shut up the side. Every step is scratching me. Just fucking bush. I wanted to add too, if you were to kind of compare that waterfall and the pool and everything, it's a little bit like Gorge Falls in the back of Springbrook or whatever, Gold Coast Hinterland. Very similar vibe. Obviously this walk-in is much different the way I'm doing it compared to what Gorge would be, but if you went the normal way, if it was open, it would definitely be a bit more like Gorge Creek going up to the falls. So yeah, and again, popularity wise, Gorge is pretty popular, so, and again, there's hidden stuff above Gorge too, so. Alright, so we're back on this track. Check out this lookout, let's hope it's good. It's probably going to be similar to what we already saw, but whatever. I just kind of want to see if we get any waterfall aspect. It's 5:20, so it gets dark at like 6:10, so I've got a good 40, nearly 50 minutes arguably. So, should be a-okay. This track's pretty easy to follow back anyway. So once I get up here and get back down to that, it'll be smooth sailing. I wouldn't mind actually going further along this trail another time. It's quite a long track, and it's like has several viewpoints, and it has a couple more streams that pop down beside the track, like to the right of you. And there's supposed to be a spring, so it means that it could be flowing pretty good upstream, which means you could get a waterfall off the side of the track. They're not marked as waterfalls, but you just never know. Or you could be on top of a cool level of a waterfall. So it'd be worth exploring for that, but just, I can't do it unfortunately. Shout out in the comments if you have done that. And if you haven't, I recommend you should go suss it out and write in the comments what you find. So yeah, that's my tip for you. This is sick, but if we get this view but higher, yeah. Just want to see if we can spy any waterfalls. That's really the main thing. We're on top of a level or something on this upper part of the creek. At least the track's wide here. That's what I thought. The connector track is pretty overgrown. I can only imagine the connector track was probably barely used prior to 2021 when the other track was fully open. People would have no need to walk this long way to get there. So that connector track is probably always existed, but unless someone's doing a through walk or something, probably was very overgrown. So probably, who knows? Who knows if everyone's been using it from the day one, from the 2021 closure. So 4 years of people walking through it, and it still doesn't look very walked through. Or who knows, it could only be like the last 2 years they've really cottoned on and gone, hey, this is the way we can get there without sneaking in and could be getting chased out or whatever, you know, could be going on. So yeah, those girls said that they don't think there was any work being done, so the guy might have been doing it seriously, like active patrol, check up that road today. So it's pretty annoying. So I could have walked in after him in hindsight, but whatever. We had a good journey up here. It didn't take too long. Oh, I tripped over a root. Got rooted. Rain's held off good, which is great. Can't complain with that. Really there. We're just going to cross over the Maunawili stream. So we actually will cross it. And the viewpoint's on the other side. So we kind of zigzag back, it'll be like just over there from us. I don't know if we're really going to get much, but still we give it a crack. This track probably gets from the connector track onwards, probably is not used overly a lot because it's just a long track. I'm sure some people do it because it's pretty flat. It'd be, you know, worth it, you know, going up hectic hills. But I mean, most people now would be, the agenda like me was get in along the first part and then get down the connector track to the falls. A little shortcut there, wind around. So yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe this is fine all the way, but you'd have to do a car shuttle to do this track properly. If you're starting at the Pali Lookout, you end up way over there. You cannot loop back. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how many Ks it is, but it looks long on the map. It'd be hectic, probably nearly 25 to 30. I reckon if you tried to walk back, I don't think you can even walk on that highway legally anyway. So it's a bit silly how they start a hike from a highway friggin' turnout, you know? Encourage people to like, okay, park here, and then if you go for a long walk, then you've got to walk back on the highway to get back to your car. Unless they expect you to walk this entire ridge and then walk the entire ridge back the same way, I doubt it. Okay, so this is our Maunawili Creek. Oh, sorry, Maunawili. I'm thinking of Pali now, I'm getting mixed up. It looks so dry up here. There's a tree down blocking right here. Thanks. Let's go around. So it's funny how downstream she's flowing so good, and up here, the stream's supposed to be starting for at least a fair way above. Well, not a fair way, sorry, only about 300 meters. So I guess it starts to dry out. You know? The spring is technically below us. Is it? Yeah. It's like halfway down the falls. So yeah, I guess it's not really worth it, but we're not at the viewpoint yet, so let's not judge. This is the view. Back up here, it's about 50 meters, if that, to the next corner where we should be able to see stuff. But I was hoping to see a slab of rock dropping down. But I should have half guessed it because it doesn't look like that on the map with topographic lines anyway, but I was just optimistic that we might have got a cool cascade here or something, and then could have spied it. Something extra hidden way upstream, but I don't know. Really at the corner here. So with the little detour and what we just did with the whole bridge track down to the falls, it comes in on my map at roughly about 9 k's, but it's probably closer to 10 by the time my lines aren't exactly on the corners, like perfect zigzagging, so you probably gain a little bit extra kilometers. So there's the creek, the stream, can't see anything, so there was no advantage of that. It was just a high viewpoint of this, which in hindsight wasn't worth it then, but whatever, we're here. And good way to finish the day. Might get one beach. I don't think it's, I don't know, we'll see. See if I can get there before dark. See how long it takes me to get out. I'll probably pop out right on dark. Alright, hope you enjoyed this journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bells, get notified of all the new misadventures. And catch you guys in the next one, eh? Peace out. Oh, I was slow to get the camera on, but I saw the first big black boar. I've been waiting to see him after all the damage I've seen all over the island. Woo! He snuffed a bit and then he ran the other way.